So your father knew that he was going to pass. Were you prepared? We saw him with Parkinson's for 20 years. I think you're never ever really prepared to lose a parent, and that is a void which just does not fill.
Today, I'm particularly happy to have with us Dipannita Sharma, a former Miss India, a supermodel. Welcome, Dipannita.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Meenakshi. I'm happy to be here.
So, your father knew that he was going to pass. I mean, we all know we are going to die,
Yes.
but your father knew he was unwell. And he tried to prepare you ladies for it. Were you prepared?
No. I think you're never prepared to lose a parent. Or a loved one. I mean, he eased us out. That is true. That, we saw him with Parkinson's for 20 years. When it first started, to how it progressed, and every step of the way he guided us, which we are very thankful for. But now at this age, I'm always thinking how hard it must have been for him. And he was very, very calm through it. If we have inherited even a percentage of the calmness he had, then I feel fortunate, because he really was. But despite all of that, I think you're never, ever really prepared to lose a parent. And that is a void which just does not fill.
Nothing can fill it.
Nothing.
And the pain may be old, but it's still there.
It's there. You learn to live with it through conversations with your sibling, with your mom, with other relatives who were close to him, and he was really looked up to, through his work, through, the way he was. But yes, I don't know when people say you process it, yes, but you get over it, no. And the fact that I don't feel that I shouldn't talk about it at all. I think it's very important to have conversations around this, that it is as challenging for us as it might be for our parents.
So when you have these conversations, and first of all, what you're doing is absolutely right. You need to talk about it.
Yes.
You need to verbalize it.
Yes.
Okay? You need people to understand that it is difficult for you to do, but you choose to do it despite it being difficult.
Absolutely.
And therefore, you can't be taken for granted.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So that's a very important thing. Or saying, I'm doing it because I want to.
It's a choice.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a choice.
Yes.
Not because I have to.
Yes. Because that's when, I think when you say have to is when you're not being able to do it from a space of happiness and peace.
And the resentment.
Yes. So when you choose to and acknowledge that yes, it is hard or challenging, but it comes from a place of love and it comes from a place of choice. Okay. It becomes simpler. You can work things out, right? It's very important to have that conversation with the parent as well.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You have acknowledged this.
Yeah.
But does your mother acknowledge it?
So she does. I think over time now she does, because there are, for her she realized, because I think a lot of her friends sometimes tell her that she's very
Lucky.
fortunate to have this, and that I'm around, and because her original place of, stay and everything was Assam, and of course, because of her health, because of advanced age, we find it easier if she's with us, right here, in here in Mumbai. And over time, she sees me at work. Earlier, it was she would visit me. Now she's with me, and she sees how maybe I figure things out, maneuver. And I'm not saying this out of the fact that, I need credit. No, it is just
It's a fact.
It's a fact, and as we have to learn how to treat it organically.
Correct.
And that when we were children, I remember mom was a teacher, right? And
Right.
there were times when, I would be, I'd be like, Mom, why aren't you around all the time? And she would sit and explain to me that this is important as well. And for my individuality, this is something I have. This is personal, right? And I'm always here for you, but my work is important too. And that was instilled, and it was a good thing she instilled in us, I thought, because it helped us become individuals, in a certain way.
And it gave you the space to grow.
Correct.
And not feel that by having desires of your own, you were doing something wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now I think, but it has reversed in a manner where now I have to sit with her and I have to say, Mom,
I do have a life.
Yes, and I have to go to work. I have a husband. I have my friends. And the fact that, now, just as she explained to me when I was a baby, I think, I do that now with her. I said, Mom, I'm always here for you. But imagine me being here 24/7 and not going to work. I think we have a better life because I work.
Right.
And she looks at me and she said, okay. You know how you reflect the people you've grown up with as well, right? So through my 20s, I've been like that. I've whether it was heartbreak, whether it was professional setbacks, keeping it together, there'll be a lot of my friends who will say this, that Dipannita doesn't share. It's happened over time after, I think, seeing my mom that, okay, certain things I'm not okay to deal with. Certain things I am, and I will share.
This is such an important thing that Dipannita has raised. So many of us become versions of our parents.
Yes.
Okay? And our personalities depend on the way we are brought up, the whole business of nurture versus nature. But at the end of the day, I think the important point you're making, which I truly love, you're saying, identify the bad bits about your parents, get real about them, and understand that you don't want to walk those paths in your own life.
Absolutely. You said it perfectly. Is literally seeing them as they are.
Do you ever think of the fact that your mother's getting old and a day will come and she won't be there?
Yes, I think in the last couple of years, every day.
Every day?
It's a little unnerving because I see her in front of me.
Is there a piece of advice you'd like to give other 30 to 40-year-olds who are now in, let's say, similar positions?
I think it's extremely important, first and foremost, to accept the situation. That this is it. This is the situation. Move with awareness, and it's okay to do boundaries. It is okay to do boundaries. It is challenging, accept that it can be challenging at times. But when you accept that and when you say, okay, even boundaries are all right, then you can move with love, move with objectivity. You don't, in that sense, you don't come from a place of guilt. It's duty, it's challenging, it's love, it's all of this. And they don't stop being your mom and dad. There's enough love, but it's okay to look after yourself. And it's okay to do boundaries as well at the same time.